Minister Without Portfolio John Deng on Monday accepted an interview where he discussed trade talks with the U.S. that took place in January. Deng said that while no agreement was yet reached on the export tariffs, both sides reached a consensus on many key issues that further progress is expected before the end of 2023.
One industry expert spoke optimistically, saying the talks were important for Taiwan's market share in the U.S. and that an agreement could be the basis for a future FTA.
Following a second round of talks on the Taiwan-U.S. 21st Century Trade Initiative held in January, Minister Without Portfolio John Deng accepted an interview, during which he delivered some good news.
Both sides had a lot of questions over the course of the 4-day meeting, and we were able to share quite a lot of ideas. Since it was a face-to-face meeting, we were able to establish a lot of the basic structure. So far, there has been noticeably good progress. We've achieved consensus on a lot of issues.
During 4 days of negotiations, both sides reached a strong consensus on issues including trade facilitation, legal issues, anti-corruption efforts, policies for small and medium enterprises, and regulations for the service industry. Issues that remain to be discussed include agricultural policies, digital trade, labor issues, and environmental policies. Although no time or venue has been set for a follow-up meeting, Deng says that good progress is being made. He says the timeline for implementing the bilateral trade agreement may also be shorter than expected.
We will first report the main content of the meetings to the public. I'm confident we won't have any problems making headway on some things before year's end. This time around, we didn't talk about tax reduction. One reason for that is that U.S. President Joe Biden does not discuss tariff concessions with any country. Another reason is that Taiwan has really high taxes on some items. So I think it's good for both sides that we don't discuss tax at this point. The U.S. is the largest source of Taiwan's export orders, with about 1/3 of orders coming from the U.S. market. This type of agreement will be very helpful in consolidating the share of the U.S. market for Taiwanese products and related services. It can also be used as the basis for discussions on a future FTA. We hope that our exports to the U.S. can be treated like those of other WTO countries, and that the issue of taxation of our investments in the U.S. can be appropriately solved.
Industry in Taiwan maintains that the lowering of tariffs on exports to the U.S. is important to bilateral trade. While the issue has yet to be worked out, Deng says good progress is being made on an agreement.